Alright guys, Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be going over, I guess, the third round of the Limit Breaker quest. This is the third time the Limit Breaker quest has been here, so we're just going to go over the best in-slot characters that you can use, or some substitute characters if you don't have the best ones for this Limit Breaker quest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing. I recently reached a 200 subscriber goal, so I just want to thank you for the ones that subscribed, and now we're making our way to 250. And so yeah, without wasting any more time, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so here we have the Limit Breaker quest. The menu is pretty much still the same. You have your orders down here. It's just, once you complete 19 stages, you get the maximum amount of Transcendence points. And if you're able to get to at least 7, you'll get all of these Spirit Orbs, which is only 50. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the first slot. For the first slot, we have Heart Attribute, Melee Damage, Killer Effect, and Freeze. So we're going to be looking for a Heart, a Ranker Killer unit that is a melee character. And let's see if we can just go ahead and filter that out. Well, for me, these are the characters I have that I can use. It's a pretty decent selection. I'll just probably maybe just go with the Ichigo here. We're just going to take a look at the characters that can be used. I'll show the characters that I'll use in the builds later once we're done looking at the slots. And so for the second slot here, we're going to have the Melee attack damage, killer effect times 5 with paralysis on the grounds. So we're going to look for a mind, melee, no affiliation, killer unit. Go ahead and filter that. And I guess for me, the best character to use for that would be him. And last but not least, for the third slot, is just technique or ranker unit. So we're going to look for a power unit with the ranker killer. And here is the selection of units that I have for this. I'll probably go with this Bruno here. He's a pretty old unit, but he is 5 out of 5. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for me. These are the characters that I'm going to use. As for the accessories and the character links for the Ichigo, I'm going to be using the T-Set, Fortification Pill, Lieutenant's Badge. I'm going to be using the Psychomon Chad, the Toshiro with full stem, and the seasonal hollow bell that came out, I believe it was last year, who has the damage inflicted at full stem 30%. Moving on to the 8th anniversary white, we're going to have the Kamari notification, Fortification Pill, and the Katsukoron, the Psychomon Chad, Resurrected Tensei Sengetsu, and also a Psychomon Aizen. Last but not least, we're going to have the Bruno with kind of the same accessories as the white, but for power. We're going to have the Kamari, Fortification Pill, Katsukoron, Psychomon Chad, Joshiro with full stem, and the Psychomon Aizen. And so yeah, that's it for the characters and the builds. And yes, as you can see here, both the white and the Bruno are 5 out of 5 with the 500 SP in the last slot. And so let's just go ahead and clear this Limit Breaker quest, see how far we can go. I really don't expect this to be too hard because I have some pretty decent units that I can use. And yeah, with the white just being as OP as it is, his stages will not be a problem at all. But we'll have to be careful of these status elements on the ground because the Bruno isn't immune to any status element. So when just using him, going to have to be extra careful unless you're going to be using a different power ranker killer unit that might have immunity to burn or immunity to all status elements. Some substitute characters that you can use if you don't have these, we can take a look at some after we clear this, so be sure to stick around for that. Or I might just go ahead and maybe place it earlier in the video if I do talk about it at the end of this. Yeah, his stages are going to be so easy. I say the Bruno stages are probably going to be more difficult just because of those status elements on the ground. I don't know who I'll use my soul bomb for. Oh, I lost my force down. That's alright, he can recover force down once he goes in between stages. Oh, but that damage fall off is kind of insane. It might be here for a while. Yeah, it took me a while to kill those enemies once I lost that force down, so you have to be very, very careful. I don't know why these just these really tanky enemies are just placed randomly in the stages. I might have to use my soul bomb if I face him with this Bruno, just because in my opinion, he's kind of the weakest link. Since he is kind of old. And he does have bombardment on his soul bomb, so it will hit pretty hard. And now that each goes back at full stam. I didn't check the full stam, but well, I didn't show it, but it is at 105% full stamina damage boost. Just because that 30% full stam link is very strong. We're on stage 12. I'm gonna try to move a little bit faster. I did waste too much time when I lost my full stam with that Ichigo on that one stage. I'll just come back in here again if I don't make it off camera. Yeah, with the Limit Breaker Quest, full stam links are the way to go. Just make sure you do not get hit. Waiting for my strong attacks. And there we go. Yeah, his stages are just absolutely free. No problem whatsoever. How many stages can we there? No, those tanky enemies are here. This might be it. Not bad on the first run. Had I not got hit with that Ichigo, probably would have cleared that stage a lot sooner and probably got to a higher stage level. But other than that, not pretty bad. Not pretty bad at all. Alright, so if you don't have any of the characters that I used during that Limit Breaker quest, here are just some other ones you can use. You can use this new Kyogre that came out. His banner should still be up. So yeah, if you haven't summoned on the banner and you really want a unit to clear this Limit Breaker quest, you can just try to pick him up or wait for his single summon banner to come out. Here is his skills right here. He does have the freeze resistance, guard break, Spencer +1, team/party heart attribute, strong attack, recharged 20%. He does come with full stam. He has the rampage skill, which is currently still bugged. So yeah, the rampage skill is giving you 4% instead of the 2%. I kind of went over it in my showcase video for the 1000-Year Blood War Yachiru, I believe. That's when I did it. Having 20% frenzy +2, and he does have damage to drained enemies, poison, and status element spiritual pressure boost. So if you don't have that 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo that I use, this is definitely probably a good character to use as well. And then you have the Ichigo that I use, and this Asane. You can use her if you want to. She has a medic skill. She's able to heal on her SA3, so if you take damage, you're able to heal yourself back to full stam. At full stamina only, she does have the reduced strong attack cooldown. She has a 40% berserker. She also comes with full stam damage boost. She has havoc 20%, frenzy +1. And she has the increased heart attribute character strong attack damage 20%. So she will be a good character to use for that also. Another great character to use, you can definitely use this Safui Yorichi. She does have the Ranker Killer. She recovers stamina between stages. She's a melee unit weakening on her abilities. She has Marauder. She also has full stam 20% base. Have 20% frenzy +1. Increased status element chance against my attribute enemies, element reversal, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. And so yeah, those are some of the characters that you can use for this, well, for the first stage of the Limit Breaker quest. Alright, and so for the second stage, for the Mind No Affiliation melee killer units, you're kind of limited. You can use this Yamamoto if you want to, but he's a brave battle unit. You really won't. He does have paralysis resistance and Marauder as well, but you really won't be getting most of his skills if you do take him in there. He does have the Flurry +2, and he does guarantee a status element chance against those no affiliation enemies, and he does come with poise. But if you get hit, he really doesn't have a way to heal himself, so yeah. Or you can use the 8th anniversary white like I did, or you can use this again that came out. He's a premium unit. He's pretty old. I think he came out almost a year ago, so if you have him, you can use him as well. He has a guard break, sprinter +1. Let's see, he has frenzy +1, and he has increased my attribute character strong attack damage 20%. Defibrillator +2 seconds, and yeah, melee unit, and he has lacerate on his abilities. So yeah, for that second one, you're kind of limited here on these options. Past this, getting all these other characters are just pretty much not going to get the job done, really, in my opinion. I mean, this Jackie, she has slow on her abilities. She does have freeze resistance, shackler, frenzy +1, poise, guard break. But yeah, pretty much from this again and onwards are probably the only characters that you would want to use. Alright, and so for your power ranker killer units, you have a lot more options here. You have the Safui Mayuri that came out not too long ago. He's a pretty good unit. He does have Marauder, Havoc 20%. He has a trap on his SA3. He has paralysis and poison on his strong attacks. He has the complete status immunity, frenzy +1, bombardment, defibrillator +5 seconds, damage to a status element's 40%, weakened defense, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. So yeah, he's definitely a powerhouse on the unit. If you have him, you can take him into that. You can also use this Yumi Chika here if you have him. Soul trade to strong attack recharge time -12%. He has Havoc 20%. He is a ranged unit, but there really is no extra damage to melees or ranged unit. Is that last one is just that have the killer, really, and just watch out for those burn pools. So yeah, stamina recovery, Havoc 20%, 60% berserker, that's really good. Devastation 60%. Increased power attribute character movement speed 30%. Frenzy +1, and increased power attribute character strong attack damage 20%. Guard break plus pierce iron skin. So yeah, that's another unit you can use. You can use a Psychomon Chad if you want to, but I don't think you should. It'd just be probably better off to use him as a link instead of an actual character to use. And we have this what is she, a New Year's, yeah, Lunar New Year's Rangiku. She came out a long time ago. She does have stamina recovery. She's a ranged unit, paralysis on her abilities, and she has the revive mechanic on her soul bomb. 40% berserker, Havoc 20%. She does come with the full stamina damage boost, so you can get a lot out of that. Frenzy +1, increased status element chance against technique attribute rankers, sprinter +1, and guard break. So yeah, for this one you have a lot of options to use. And alright guys, that's pretty much it for this Limit Breaker round 3 video. hopefully you guys have the characters that you can use to clear it. Especially for this second slot, there are not a lot of options at all, as you saw when I was going over some substitutes that you could use. So yeah, this one might be kind of tough if you weren't lucky enough to get the 8th anniversary white. But other than that, yeah, heart's pretty good, and power, yeah, there's lots of options for that. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and as usual, until next time.